Welcome back to Art Every Day. Today's day 64. Today I'm going to be doing another Ghibli study. And if you're new to this channel, this isn't a tutorial or anything like that. I've just been trying to learn a little bit of art every single day. And just practicing along the way and making these videos just for fun. So if you're looking for something, it's not this. Sorry, this isn't that, but hey, anyways. So yesterday, I did a study, and I'll open that study super quick, where I've been practicing this one scene outdoors. I believe it's from Kiki's Delivery Service, and I've been taking little bits and pieces and building them up slowly and steadily. So I've got this piece here, which is just a bush or a shrub with a bit of the fence sticking out of it. Whoa. Whoa. Not sure why that's happening. Alright. You saw it for a little bit there. And, this is my other study. Let's see if this also bugs out. Yes, it is bugging out. So I'm not going to be able to pan for some reason. I'm not sure why. So we just gotta use the scroll wheels. So this has been my other one. This is the first one that I did, where I was just studying how to do grass. So I did a little bit of an edge along the hillside in the scene. And then I'll show you the scene itself. So let me pull it up here. References. Here's that original image. So you can see where I was pulling from. So we've got that grassy edge over here, and this bush in the background is where that other bush came from. And so in the tutorial video that I've been going off of, what she did as her next step was to combine the foliages and the foliage types. So logically, I would draw one of these bushes with the grass in front of it. But what I want to do is I think I'm going to deviate a little bit. And I'm trying to decide right here and now if I want to learn how to do the tree or this sort of pond, this ponded area in between. This little babbling brook, the creek that crosses the path. So I've got to make that decision here and now. What I think is going to be is the tree, because the tree isn't as dependent on the light source as this creek is. And what do I mean by that? This entire area over here is in shadow from the tree, and so drawing the water independent from the tree wouldn't really look very good or make sense, I think. So I'm just gonna base off of the tree. I'm just gonna draw the tree. So let me pull that up on the side for myself. Today's been pretty good. It's pretty hot here, as I'm sure it is everywhere in the world, or at least in the northern hemisphere. But I think it's supposed to get up to 90-something degrees, but I don't know what it is right now. Let me check. 97 right now. It's pretty damn hot. Alright, where to get started with this tree? When I do draw trees, what I usually like to do is start with the trunk. And when I was younger and new to drawing trees, what I would do is I would take, because I hadn't quite learned how to use color to the best of its abilities, I would just take a brown, and I would draw the brown, and the brown, of course the bark is brown, so you use brown, right? No, that's not what you do, because bark may be brown, that's the local color, but what you actually see is the way that the light is interacting with the bark. So I might have, let me just lighten up the background or darken the background a little bit here to match the scene. So this is maybe how bright the grass is in the background, maybe a little bit lighter than that. So something like that is how it looks in the actual scene. There we go. Get rid of that hue. And so that's what the grass looks like. And so what I'm doing is I'm picking a color. What you would think would be the natural color to choose is just dark brown. So like a dark desaturated brown like that might be the shadow, but that's not what we see in the painting. Because we have the brown of the bark, but then you have the ambient light from the blue skylight, and then 2, reflecting off of the pond. There's a little bit of light glimmering that way. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is pick what I think the tree is in this picture. I think it's green. And then when I go in and I change some of the other, and let's just get the shape of it down first, right? So this tree is cut off from a portion of the drawing, so I'm going to start from the top, I think, and then work my way down, which is not how I usually do trees. But I think that might be able to help with proportion. I don't think it did now that I'm looking at it, so we're going to do something like this. Branch coming up like that. Another like so. Another coming off the side there. So this looks like it's an opposite plant. So this might be some kind of maple. But looking at the leaves, it doesn't look like a maple at all. So it could be ash, or dogwood, or maybe there's a, oh man, I'm doing it all on the wrong layer. Maybe there's a species of tree that I just don't know because it's in Japan, and I don't live in Japan. This might be a bit of a long one. I'm having a lot of technical difficulties here, so I apologize for that. Let's lock that. Pull that back up. Get back to it. Or maybe this might be a short one if I just decide to call it quits to still deciding, but just having fun with it, just having fun. I watched Scott Christian Savo, I think that's his name. I followed his art channel for a long time, and I realized he's starting this series. I don't know when he did it, must have been pretty recent, but it's like a study with me type thing, and it's a lot like this, I think, where he pick something to draw, pick something to paint, and he just does it. And he has a little background talk, chat, and it's just very calm, relaxed, sort of focused on the idea of parallel play. And what do I mean by parallel play? Like, sometimes you gotta do something that someone else isn't either. Like if you can't do your homework unless there's somebody else studying next to you, that's the type of thing, I think. I'm just gonna go in and fill this out. Filling out my dark areas. Some stripes on the tree as the bark curves, and there's a bit of this, some kind of change in shape. Something like that. Oh, see, I can't paint. Look at this. It's been decided. No, I can't. I'm gonna try and pan again, and it's working. It's working again. Great news. So there's the top of the page, so it can cut off somewhat naturally. Maybe this looks kind of awkward, so I'll just keep it like that. Draw a border around it. Maybe? Yeah, that looks easier to understand, at least. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just continuing what I've already been doing. So it goes down. Something like that. Nope, not like that. There is another shadowed area wrapping down. So. This is not working the way I thought. And that's why I'm doing this, I think. It's experimentation, trying new things, keep the same value, but I'm gonna just shift dark wicked far into the blues. I really don't know if I like that. Let's go back to trying to paint some of these highlights. Okay. So here we've got the light with the actual sky illuminates the bark. And I think another issue I'm going to have with this is, again, the blending tool. Because I'm not using physical media, I'm using Photoshop and a drawing tablet. So this isn't blending the way that watercolor or gouache might. So this is the tool I'll have to use to get that effect. Does it look... Does the rest of this look brown because of the highlight? I wonder. I just had a realization. I realized that this is not... This is not going the direction that I wanted it to, and I feel somewhat tired. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna push through and I'm gonna finish this, or if I should just give myself a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a break, and pat myself on the back for trying. Oh man. Yeah, I think I've gotta call it. If it counts, even though I don't have an image of it, I did a painting on my lunch break in the parking lot at work again, of just the car in the background, and I think I'll count that towards my art every day. But for this, I think I just need to recognize my limits. I'm feeling quite spent. And I've been pushing myself a lot for the past couple of days, both physically and mentally. So I think it's good to recognize when you're ready to stop something. I think I'm ready to stop painting today, or drawing today. And maybe tomorrow I'll come back and pick this back up. Maybe I'll do something different tomorrow, do something new. I still need to decide. But thanks again for stopping by. Sorry this is short and sweet and incomplete, but I need a nap, man. So thanks for stopping by.